Hello and welcome to another episode from the Hoof and Paw podcast, number 29. My name is Raya, and if you don't know me, I'm an animal behaviorist and trust technique practitioner working with dogs and horses mainly, and any other animal. Today we will have a look at the universal laws. What is it? Why is it important to know them? How can we use them to get more abundant? And yes, what do we have to do to use them the right way? So perhaps you have heard of the universal laws. These are the energetic laws that govern our universe. They are similar to the laws of physics, such as gravity or thermodynamics. I have outlined 8 laws for you and your animal. So there is the law of unity, the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of polarity, the law of rhythm, the law of cause and effect, the law of gender, and the law of manifestation. Perhaps you are already familiar with these laws and have studied them before. So why is it worthwhile to look at these laws again from a different perspective? Because as humans with animals, we are not alone. We are a pair. Your animal has its own idea of happiness. It has its own plan for how it wants to live, what it likes and what it fears. It has developed its own experiences and beliefs. This means that each law applies to us personally, but also to our animal, and on top of that, to both of us together. In addition, the laws influence each other and are also interrelated. Does that sound very complicated? No, it's not at all. It's actually quite simple. I will explain each for you, your animal, and both of you. Why do these laws play such an important role? In addition to our physical laws, these energetic laws are also the laws according to which we live here in this planet or the universe functions. Everyone has their own individual idea of life, their own idea of happiness. Maybe you bought a sports horse to ride in the Olympics, and the horse says to itself, "Oh no, I don't want that. Can't we do something else?" Or you rescued a stray dog, and now it's sitting there thinking, "I've been kidnapped. I didn't book that. I want to go home. Everything here is stupid." So everyone has their own idea of life, their own idea of happiness. We have a lot of beliefs, a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of experiences. We create our reality by our thoughts and feelings. And these universal laws are important for us because we can actually shape our reality with them. But they also affect our animals because our animals also shape their reality. And we now have the opportunity, our reality, for the better if we want to. And we have the opportunity to support our animal in shaping their reality for the better. If everything is positive for you, right, congratulations, I'm happy for you. If not, it might be time your frequency a little. Because that's basically the most important thing, the frequency, the vibration, the energy. In the past, there were analog radios, so not digital radios. The radio at home is the receiver, and somewhere there is a transmission mast that transmits. And there was a frequency on which this transmission mast transmitted. You could tune the radio to this frequency, and then you could turn on the radio and listen to the program. Today, things are a little different. In the digital world with apps and internet where you just press a button and you can listen to the radio wherever you are. It is now your decision which frequency you want to be on. And we have the opportunity to be on a very high energetic, in positivity, in joy, in happiness, love, peace, or to be in a low so-called negative energy. Then we enter the negative realm with anger, fear, hatred, overload, or frustration. But we can change that. So I will guide you through the 8 laws. We start with the law of unity. It is about everything being connected to everything else. We are matter. We are just as much matter as everything around us. There is subtle matter, there is solid matter, but matter is interconnected. And it is very important that all laws cooperate with each other. They are inseparable from one another because we are all connected. We are naturally also able to exchange our thoughts and feelings. We influence each other and we influence our reality. How we think and feel becomes our reality. That is why it is important to choose the appropriate vibration or frequency so that it becomes a beautiful reality. The law of attraction. As above, so below. As within, so without. What I embody, I also attract into my life. The way I feel inside is how the world presents itself to me. And then there is your animal. What kind of animal do you have by your side? What does your animal reflect to you? What do you reflect to your animal? It's not a one-way street. It always goes both ways. We are constantly connected to each other and influence each other. This is why mindfulness is so important. What I radiate, I get back again and again. If I want to break out of this vicious circle and say, I'm rich and successful, but I don't really embody this feeling at the cellular level because I'm deeply frustrated because I feel unfair treated, then I will not success. I will be the victim. The law of vibration. Everything vibrates. That is why we are able to experience different vibrations. We can vibrate high and we can vibrate low. It's our attitude. How do I vibrate? How does my environment vibrate? How does my animal vibrate? Can I support my animal in reaching a high vibration so that joy is possible, so that healing is possible? Yes, it's possible. Through self-awareness, personal responsibility, and self-empowerment. And how that works, I will tell you at the end. But next, the law of polarity. We live in a world of duality. Two poles, and we need both. One is not better than the other. We are such that we like to avoid, suppress, or ignore the negative, the broken, the evil, the bad. We only want the other, the beautiful, peace, love, joy, fun. But the world doesn't work like that way. We always have both, and everything is connected and resonates together with us. And it is very, very important to see that when I have the negative, I know that the positive is also there, that I just need to take it. It's just on the other side. I just have to turn around. I just tune into a different channel and then it goes in the other direction. Where we have day, we also have night. Where's the sun, there's also the moon. When we have full moon, we have new moon. Where there's warmth, there's cold. If there's health, there's sickness. And it's the same when I find something ugly, and I know there's also something beautiful. If I didn't recognize the ugly, I wouldn't know that the beautiful exists. So we need polarity for our development. You have the choice. Rhythm is very, very important. Seasons, cycles, life cycles. Ebb and flow, day and night, summer and winter. Here we see polarity again. And then there is the personal rhythm, the female rhythm, the cycle. If you have an animal, that animal has its own cycles. Do you have a female animal, a mare, a bitch that is not spayed? Then they have their cycles, and sometimes that annoys us, it bothers us. We want it gone, so they are spayed. Then there are hormone treatments, then there are sedatives, then there's something to keep them calm and make the animal function normally again as we want it or need it. But in doing so, we are massively interfering in the life of our animals. This is extremely intrusive. But regardless to the female cycle, there are other cycles for animals as well, such as the change of coat. Animals experience their own cycles, like the seasons. And it is important that we don't just look at what we like and what we feel and what we need, but also recognize that they have their own cycles, their own rhythm, needs, beliefs. The law of cause and effect. So every cause has an effect and every effect has a cause. This means that everything I do, everything I say, everything I think will have an effect, and that effect in turns has a cause. We have the opportunity to influence. We have the awareness to say, I want to have a good life. And then we have the opportunity to move in that direction to set the course. We follow our North Star, the law of gender. This is about male and female energy. It's about yin and yang, fire and water. It's not about women and men, but really about the essence of the feminine and the masculine. So the masculine energy is the energetic, the logical, the focus. And with the feminine, we have intuition, creativity, calmness. And here again, we have the polarity. We need both. Every living being, everything has both within, carries masculine and feminine energy. And both are equally important. We need a balance. We need equilibrium. We must integrate and nurture both so that we can create a balance in which healing can take place and harmony can rise. If we focus only on one aspect, too much functionality, but neglect intuition or creativity, then an imbalance arises and things become uncomfortable. The same applies in reverse. If we just live for the moment and everything is intuitive, relaxed, and calm, then at some point reality will pass and things will become uncomfortable too. The law of action. The law of action. Law of attraction was the first, law of action now is the last point. I think this is a very important point to conclude with, because the question now is, of course, what do I do with all these laws? How can you influence things now? If, for whatever reason, you are now in a low frequency with low vibrating energy characterized by frustration, anger, fear, and annoyance dominating your life, and now you want to get out of it, to vibrate upwards because you have now realized, wow, something much better is waiting for me and I can achieve that, then the question is, how do you get there? You set out on your journey with affirmations and manifestations and realize that you are not getting anywhere. And this is nothing against affirmations and manifestations. This is because there are blockages, limiting beliefs, fears, traumas, and your old system is trying to hold you there. It tries to hold you back because it wants to protect you. Always needs a little longer to be convinced that we can change something. We see this very quickly when it comes to new habits. They say it needs 20 to 90 days for a new habit to become a routine. I already find 20 days pretty short. Then it has to be a habit that I really want and fully support. But habits that are difficult for us, such as doing more sport, drinking less alcohol, quitting smoking, eating less or changing our diet, eating less sugar, take 60 to 90 days to become a routine. That is a second nature. We really have to deal with this constantly every day. We see this with changing the diet or eating less. So when we just eat less, we lose weight. And after a few days, we start to eat like before. And we get back to our old weight or more because we didn't change something in the subconsciousness. We didn't change our diet. And if we now have something that lies in the subtle energetic realm and is strongly controlled by the subconsciousness, because our subconsciousness has programmed it that way so that we can survive, then it becomes very difficult to simply say, I'm tuning into a new channel. I will switch the frequency so that I can vibrate a little higher and then everything will be great. Because you will always fall back into your old habits, and then the excuse will come and say, oh no, that's nonsense. That's not true. It doesn't work. I can't do it. Yes, but every time you say I can't or yes, unicorn dies somewhere. So, fact, notice what you are noticing. The good news is that you can work on this. And now you want to know, wow. I've created a program in which I accompany you through the important first 21 days. The frequency booster is the minimum required to develop a new routine and start your new life. And it's permanent, effective, sustainable, long-term, and suitable for everyday use. The program is called Magic Mindful Mystery. You consciously observe your thoughts and understand how your feelings, perceptions, and reactions are connected. You learn how to recognize and dissolve your old and obstructive belief patterns in order to get rid of old fears and blockages. And then I show you how to create new and supportive beliefs in order to realize your wishes and dreams and achieve your goals. The first week, so, is for self awareness. The second week is personal responsibility. And the third week is self empowerment. You become the creator of your new reality and attract more abundance and joy into your life. Use the law of attraction practically and effectively. It is important to implement this from the subconscious net, on the cellular level, and not just pay lip service. So, if you are interested in the Magic Mindful Mastery program, write me a message. I will give you a link because this program is in my school community. When you are interested, you can join the community. The community is for free. The program is not for free, but the community is for free. You can join the program, the community. You can stay there. You can join little free challenges and then decide if you want to make the program with me. And if so, let me know. Or you just say, I want it. I will book it. Then write me a message. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful day and hope to get in touch soon. Bye.